Derek Brewster, Director of Revenue Management at Lotte, New York Palace, aka The Palace, a historic landmark in Midtown Manhattan. How are you, sir?
I'm great. And it's pronounced Lotte, Lotte, New York Palace.
I knew you were going to say that. I thought, I should check with him before I say it. But
You are certainly not the first person.
Perfect. Well, my first question is, it's my understanding, word out on the street, that New York is dead. What's happening?
Well, when they say that it's the city that never sleeps, that might not be totally true anymore. It has definitely been a change since the pandemic, since March. It's definitely not dead. It is still New York, but that New York energy is softer than usual. But there's, especially as we go along, there is a resurgence of energy and a new energy in the city. What I've loved about being here, I've been here the whole time, is this summer has been New York for New Yorkers, and we never get that. So, being able to take advantage of bike riding down Fifth Avenue and, going to outdoor dining that they've opened up for the summertime, and just different experiences, Central Park all to ourselves. It's certainly not the New York that it normally is, but it's not dead.
That's good. You guys are a tough bunch. I didn't think you were dead.
We adapt, yeah.
So personally, with regards to your hotel, how's your experience been?
It's been a learning experience for sure. We've learned how to adapt as quickly as we possibly can to this. And for our hotel specifically, we didn't technically close completely because we have long-term residents that live in the hotel. So we did have to stay open operationally for them, but we did close off, new reservations starting at the beginning of April. We just reopened a couple weeks ago for new reservations. So that the time in between, it was different, working from home, which is not something that most people get into hospitality to do, was an interesting change of pace for us. But I've been coming back into the hotel a few times a week now, and it's been a nice change of scenery. And also having guests back in the hotel, transient guests back in the hotel, has been really nice. To a new, I hate the term new normal, but this next iteration of normal has been a welcome one. Right.
Well, tell us a little bit about your guests. Who's visiting your hotel?
Who's coming? So it's been an interesting mix. It's not too different from our typical summer mix. It's primarily leisure. There's a bit of sprinkle of our former regular corporate transient guests are coming back a little bit. Of course, everything is just a lot less. We're typically, this market runs in the 90%, almost 90% in the summertime, and our hotel as well. Definitely not hitting those occupancies right now, but lots of families, which is what we typically get in the summertime, and they're looking for the suites and the 2 bedrooms, and we have all of that. So it's a lot of that right now. It'll be interesting to see what happens as schools start going back in whatever form that takes, what that's going to impact, how that's going to impact our corporate business that is typically pretty strong in September. Corporate and group, it remains to be seen.
Right. But you have a unique experience there. I mean, it's not cookie cutter. And I would imagine that people are looking for that.
Exactly. Yeah, we've kind of got the closest thing to outdoor space in a hotel in New York. We have it. We have the courtyard right on Madison Avenue that is available to our guests, and we've got rooftop. We have suites that are 3 levels and have their own private rooftops. So we've got a little bit of what the guest is looking for as far as wide open spaces, and like you said, unique experiences. Our location and the types of suites that we have available in the hotel, that's really what has been selling the most, especially in the summer right now.
Well, can you share with us any kind of tactics that you might be using? Is it just that marketing those unique experiences that
It's exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's listening to what the customer and, obviously looking at all the data that we have available to us, we could see real quick that it's going to be the drive-in luxury leisure market that's going to be traveling in the summertime. And so we just made sure to pivot. We didn't have to change much because we already, that's what we offer anyways, is great value on all types of suites from just your regular studio suite all the way up to the 3-level triplex suite. We've got everything in between. And so just making sure that the customers knew that we were open and that our suites are available. And that's been working well for us.
You have a lot of weddings there? Do you have?
In pre-COVID times, yes.
Yeah.
It's usually in wedding season from April through November, really, till we put the tree up. It's a weekend, one wedding every weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, we miss our brides on the weekends for sure. But as things start to, we're kind of at the mercy of what is allowed in as far as indoor dining, and can we have banquets? How many people can fit into a room? So your typical wedding is definitely not something that we can actually facilitate right now. But as things come along, there is demand for these suites that I'm talking about to have weddings in there. And perhaps courtyard weddings, and we'll see what happens as far as the legislation and the rules around that. And we'll offer what we can when we can.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that pent up wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with our remaining time, Derek, any advice for the hoteliers going through this?
I think, just be as adaptable and flexible as you can. Try and think of the silver lining on this. That one, I was at the hotel data conference, the virtual hotel data conference, and one of the gentlemen said recovery is inevitable, and I love that because it's true. We all as a human race, we want to travel, and it's going to take some time, and depending on the market and the hotel that you're in, it might take longer or less time. There's some hotels in the city right now that are running 80-90% occupancy on the weekends. So recovery is going to happen, and you just have to know your market, know your hotel, know your position, and know how to give the customers what they're really looking for. They want to feel safe right now. It's what I've certainly noticed, especially in the luxury market, is price is not the driver of conversion right now. It's having the hotel open. We certainly saw an influx of new reservations once we actually reopened, but also just presenting value and making sure that your guests are safe and know what your protocols are. And that really helps. Just over communicate that more than anything right now.
All right. Some good advice, Derek. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Jason.
You bet.
Talk later.